Rat feeding.
So, I guess we've got everybody here. I can go on beyond what you guys visually see as you'd loaded into Astral there a little bit. You guys had all laid down for a long rest at various intervals and keeping watch, presumably, and switching off and or just going into your meditative state that the elves of the group do, as they do. And while you were all sleeping, there were some noises that you could hear from through the other side of the door that I want everybody to roll a perspective for, or a perception for, if they wouldn't mind, as well as Squall. I'm going to recant what you had dreamed about for everybody, if you don't mind. Otherwise, I can send it to you in a chat. Preferences?
Babe?
1 second, sorry. Alright, what's up?
Shit.
Oh, I was saying how Squall had experienced a night. Now that I have to recant it, I kind of wanted to say Squall experienced a night emission, but I actually was saying how you had a
piss myself or have a wet dream?
you were dreaming, but I was asking if you wanted me to just send that in chat, or do you care if everybody hears it?
Oh yeah, no, go for it. I mean,
all right.
I don't...
So, what happens is you'd laid down to sleep, and you woke up again kind of suddenly to the point where you feel yourself flap upward and away from where you had been laying on the ground just out of instinct, and you find that you're not quite in the cave that you thought you were, but you still seem to be in a cave, and it's quite hazy with smoke, full of smoke actually, and you're looking around. There's stalagmites now that you're up at the top of the ceiling, and down below you there is bubbling magma just filling all of what you can see. So you start flapping to one side or the other, presuming there's got to be a way out of the chamber if you got in somehow. You don't understand fully because you start flying just straight forward basically, and 3 lights appear in the distance, and you keep flying towards those lights, and as you get closer, through the hazy smoke of the magma coalesces a face with three glowing portions to it. You can't quite make out much more until you get closer and closer, and you see this rocky face that's just encompassing the exit, is what you can tell. It's just filling it, and the glowing portions you see are 2 of his eyes that are sunken into his head, and his stone visage is also got a lolling piece of a stone pillar that's got a little bit of a light, it looks like, a glowing portion of that just been dipped into the magma, and he's breathing deep. Whoa, dude. It's Ogrémoch here. My man. Heard you got some desires to increase your power levels. Laser wings, you know. I got a favor to ask, though. Then we'll see what I can do for you.
Okay.
Those power stones your friend Idril has acquired, I want them. Give them to me in the next envoy, and man, we'll make it right.
Okay, how will I know your envoy?
Oh, the gargoyle dumbasses I've been sending your way, man.
Okay. Any particular reason why those gargoyles have to be dicks?
They're just, I don't know, man. They're part of me, but not part of me. It's kind of like, they're kind of like my ass droplins, so they're gonna be ass goblins about shit. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Nah, that makes sense. I can dig it. Yeah.
And then he breathes,
Gargoyles are the gargoyles.
and he's like, sounds like a good deal. And he takes another long drag off the rock pillar that's hanging out of the corner of his mouth, and the coal burns bright again, and he breathes out in a giant cloud of smoke that covers you, and you fall gasping and can't breathe down towards the magma, and you wake up in a fright that you're thinking of burning as everybody else awakes. And
I'm gonna like snap back. I'm like, whoa! I'm like, oh shit! Like I just had a traumatic experience of falling into magma. So, no.
I'm gonna look up from my book and be like, "You good?"
Well, no, not really. Glad I'm not dead. There was a lot of fire, a lot of magma, a lot of smoke. Weird question though. Could I possibly get the power stones off you there, Idril? I had this like premonition and this like
Yeah?
donor god, I guess. This is just super fucking chill. He wants the power stones that we got.
Say why he wants them?
Basically, he told me if I gave it to him, he'd give me laser wing. And then I'm also hoping.
But what would he do to me?
I'm not sure, but he controls the gargoyles that have been harassing us, and I
Wait.
feel like.
Oh, okay.
Did you eat mushrooms?
No, I only eat bread. I don't eat mushrooms. I mean, I'll eat certain mushrooms, but like not the not the rainbow.
I ate mushrooms.
Hell yeah!
I think Gab, Zeph, and Thea both
Well,
ate.
I mean, you have to, like, when do you have to give them to him? Like, is this like an immediate?
It's not like an immediate thing right now, but he said, like, the next time he sends his envoys, which are the dickhead gargoyles, if I can give him the power stones, I can get the laser wings.
Uh-huh.
And I really want laser wings.
Yeah, I mean, do we think that the stones only open the door in this cave, or do we think that they do more?
I mean, I don't think some laser wing giving gargoyle man wants them for just to open this door.
Yeah, and then if we give him the stones, if he's the one sending the gargoyles, then, like, if he gets the stones, what would he be sending after us next?
Well, if we don't give him the stones, I'm kind of afraid these gargoyles are just going to keep persisting and being hella fucking annoying.
I mean, we've been able to defeat them.
True. But this dude was sitting in magma, smoking a pillar. I don't know how powerful this guy is. And I don't know if tossing him is such a good idea either.
Has he come to you in dreams before, or is this new?
This is the first time.
Hmm.
So,
Wait, have you seen him before?
I had some weird dreams the first time I ate the mushrooms too, Squall. It's okay.
I didn't eat
So,
no much.
Mime's gonna raise their hand.
What's up?
So, what else? So let's say we deal with this when, you know, we see gargoyles again. But until then, what else would we use these stones for?
I'm not sure.
Opening doors, possibly.
Yeah, they help open.
Didn't they help rejuvenate us? If you went to the ones that gave power.
I think that was the rune on the ground.
Okay.
And
I guess we don't really need them for anything. But he called them power stones?
Yeah, that's what the guy called them.
Maybe we should like do some research about what these power stones are.
Does anyone
Try to figure
know
out
a
what they
lot
are
of?
before we just like hand them.
Does anyone know a lot of stuff about magic? Maybe you can Arcana look at it.
Not me.
Mm.
I know about nature. Maybe I could like
I could do an
Determine-
Arcana check on it.
like
That is
right.
how old the stones are and like their place of origin or something maybe.
also, just to interject a little bit, I only see a Thea and a Mime perception checks in the chat so far.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
I can do a detect magic on them, but that's about it.
I don't see shit.
Alright, there's my perception, and then I'm gonna pull out the stones and look them over. See if I can figure out any of the natural characteristics of it, where they came from.
And you can kind of tell that, as you noticed before, they aren't of the same rock that the cavern is. And they almost kind of look, now that you're looking at them a little closer, as if they were once inside a riverbed of some sort, because they have almost a rounded, no hard corner portions, as if they had been tumbling against other rocks in a watery place before. And they also, besides the engravings on them,
A riverbed, or like a stream? Or what did you say? Sorry, I'm trying
Just
to.
The ocean.
listen
in
and take
water,
notes.
period.
Oh, in water.
Yeah, so like they'd been in water,
Worn
and
down.
the hard edges of the stone that it is have disappeared.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit of feedback from you, Ike, just so you know. And the engravings are the only portions that actually have the at all kind of corners of the rock, basically. The rest of it's just mainly rounded.
Oh, there's engravings on the rock?
Yes, there are one's kind of the same symbol that you had seen where you'd been placing the stones to recharge them, so almost a stick with like a capped top, almost like a silhouette of a side of a mushroom, and then the second one is actually what looks like almost two small boomerangs, as to what you're interpreting, kind of face the inner arcs of the boomerangs facing each other. Hey, I'll just blow it up here too. Dink. This is what it looks like if you were to like drop it on the table.
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to.
Don't. Is that this thing in the middle?
Yep.
Okay.
It's
Okay, so it has these two like things.
I
on
need
it.
more screens. Oh. Okay, so the mushroom one, which is the recharging one, and then the two boomerangy ones, which we don't really know anything about.
You still getting feedback?
No, it seems much better now, actually.
Okay. Let me know if it happens again.
All right.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I wasn't sure if it was me, possibly.
No, it wasn't you. It was I was watching the little bubbles on the side there for a bit.
Okay, cool.
So, and from the perceptions, Squall, I mean, you were conked out in your dreamland, so you pretty much didn't notice anything going on at the night. Checks out. Mime, you're of a similar nature, but yours was more of a just You were curled up against the stone and the earth and the barrel that you found, and you were like, this is nice. But Idril, Zeph, and Thea, you all heard distinctly from the other side of the thick doors. It sounded very muffled, obviously, but it was still distinct enough. A couple crashes of glass, it sounded like. Some hurried motions and some distinct yells at each other before there was just a sound of almost explosive nature. Just poof!
Shit. Adriel was like, we gotta go. We gotta see what's going on. We gotta make sure nothing bad's happening.
Three times, actually, during the night, at different times, too.
Oh yeah, Idril's like, we gotta check. Is it in the cavern or was it outside?
It was behind that, what you could tell where the door was before.
This is the big hole that
Yeah, we should
was dug.
probably do something about that.
I mean, we know what's behind that door, right? Are
Do
we
we?
prepared for that?
We know there's a humanoid figure, but that's it.
So we did just long rest, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm down. I'm down to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
humanoid
willing to go
figures.
forward.
Let's get down to business.
Wasn't it like a race or something?
The door.
Yes, that's what I was getting at. I forgot though what it was.
Was there? You said they were shouting.
Do
There
Yeah,
was
Josh said
there
there
was
was
shouting
shouting, but-
before. Yep.
Okay, so explosions, glass shattering, shouting. Can we hear? Could any of us hear what they might have been shouting about, or was it just like raised voices?
I would say Idril and Zeph both distinctly heard some snippets of words, but nothing full words. But otherwise, no one else could tell anything otherwise than it was a voice. I meant Zeph and
Sound like one voice or multiple voices?
just multiple voices for sure.
Did they sound? Were they like? Did it sound like they were talking in common, or like some other language?
The words you heard weren't of a language that you were familiar with, I would say. I'm guessing. Let me look back at this particular person here.
the question to make sure. Did we burn the zombie 4 and 5 bodies that are over here?
Yeah, everything's ash.
Yeah, I was pretty adamant about burning everything.
And it would have been common that you would have been hearing. Actually, I had to look back at the thing, but they were just they were just like individual common words too. Nothing that would tell you what's going on. Just like
Yeah.
that box stuff that makes no sense
Titties.
outside of context.
There's a kitty cat. Meow.
Hi, Demi.
Meow.
Kitty.
Okay. Do we need those stones to open this door?
I think so.
Was I successful in recharging them last time?
Yes, you just
Okay.
hadn't gone through the process of unlocking anything, just recharging the stones per se. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did the explosions kind of like shake the cavern?
No, it was more of like it wasn't a cavern shaking that it was more of like an impact to the air, like somebody was breaking the sound barrier almost.
Hmm.
Don't all come up with ideas at once.
Yeah, I'm just... Give me a second. I'm trying to remember what this character is doing. Oh, I really should give myself like an hour or a half hour before sessions to like fresh.
I always, at least the last few times, especially, been listening to the recordings because of that too. See like the last like 20 minutes of what the heck we were doing.
Yeah, well, it's not even just remembering what we were doing, but playing 4 characters. It's trying to remember like what characteristics go to which character, what each character's normal goals are.
Is the fork still in the door?
Yeah, it's dangling there.
Okay.
And I think unless you'd put it in your pack, which I'm a little foggy on personally.
No, I didn't. I had kind of, because I think whenever the zombies first started showing up, we tried to open it back up,
Oh yeah.
and it wasn't moving because the stones were drained.
It wasn't just the stones, so I think that's one distinction that your guys are kind of lacking maybe too, is the stones themselves are kind of like, they charged, but then you'd put them on runes, and that's when you would heard the unlocking mechanism, because the stones charged the runes on the floor, like the one that Mime's standing on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought there was something weird about the floor here.
Okay.
Alright, so are we going to try and get this door back open, or
Let's put the stones on the symbol.
Mime gives a thumbs up.
Well, does too.
Wait a second.
Right. Huh? Oh.
What are we waiting on there, Idril? You said wait a second.
Oh, I was kind of talking to myself.
I don't know if it's just me,
So-
but Idril, you are very, very quiet.
You are quiet again.
Ah, fuck. Alright, how's
Yeah, it's
this?
echoey again.
That's
Echoey.
a.
Who's echoing?
I didn't hear any echoes. I was going to say that's much better though, volume wise.
Okay. No, so... My dreams and visions about my tribe are different than the quote-unquote vision I got at the sphere, correct?
Sphere?
The sphere with the circle of rocks, the blue light.
In the very
When
like
when I got my symbols.
yeah. I don't remember a vision necessarily there. I just remember you getting the tattoos.
Whoa! I got a strong feeling,
Ah,
and I smelled things. But that's different than the vision I had about my tribe.
yes. You mean the one where you met Carnunus? Or
Oh, I had a vision where I met him.
yeah.
I vaguely remember that.
Because he'd shown you like a pillar of stone that was coated in black, and asked for your help as well.
Oh yeah, and Shia confirmed it's like the same black that she saw,
And it's
right?
kind of in your recalling of that, you would see some of the roots that are kind of permeating the ceiling, and they have a similar blackness to them.
Roots where?
In and
Here?
like
Oh.
like this, there's a root over here that you can visibly see, and like the roots in the main chamber where you came in that were giant.
So I'm gonna like do a little meditation and,
You just did that, but
well, not like full meditation, but I'm gonna like quiet my mind and look at the compass on my arm.
well, we'll say you did that while you were meditating, and when you would have done that previously, while you were meditating in the chamber and having been interrupted every so often by those crashes and sounds of stuff on the other side, that the compass would have alighted you towards the direction north, which you can understand is the direction Gargant's capital is, which is where you were headed originally. Is still pointing that same direction. It has not changed.
Does it seem like the door is in the same direction?
It is in the opposite direction, actually.
Okay then.
Yeah, the
What
map
did
is oriented
the
a little.
vision of the like black stuff, did that seem super, like it was, did it feel super urgent to me? Like, I have to get there ASAP, ignore everything else type of thing.
He wasn't, when Carnunus was speaking of it, he wasn't speaking of it as if it was life or death right now, but that it was a problem that would eventually divulge into that. But not right this second, no.
Who has the stones?
Idril. You all know this too. Like it's not a hidden fact.
Are we
Oh,
all
yeah,
just sitting near
everyone.
the door watching Idril meditate?
Pretty much.
Watching Idril have a midlife crisis.
So are we opening the door or?
I vote yes.
I'm holding a spell, waiting for this door to open. My
Idril's
arm's
not against opening the door, so if majority of people want to open it, he will comply.
I think that was the consensus.
Meg gets a thumbs up.
So I have to put the stones on the symbol over here, right? To open it?
That
Yeah, I'm very
one-
confused. The door is over here, right?
Yeah.
This is the door, and this is the hole that the badger dug that we all keep talking about, but the symbol's over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have to put the rocks on the symbol, I believe. and then it should open the door.
And as before, when you let go of the stone, it goes back to a boulder size, just and the energy sucks from it. Basically, it just drains away from the symbols that are on the top of it. You can tell they look more like the symbol that's on the ground, where it has no glow to it at all, and the symbol on the ground actually glows now. Here it is. Ooh, that's some feedback there.
Yeah, there's more feedback tonight than usual. I don't know where it's coming from though.
I think it was still like every now and again. That's okay.
Well, if it's me, I could switch to a headset. My phone might not be the best thing.
Yeah.
It's not like
volume might be
super
too-
bad.
Too high?
Yeah, depending on like how high your volume is and the angle your phone is, it could be.
Okay, how about that?
I don't know. Let me
I
try.
guess we'll find out.
Yep.
Yep.
And when you would, as before, done this, you hear the of a stone piece being dragged behind the door apparatus that you understand. But the door itself is not open currently.
Can anybody reach the fort? Like, how big is this hole?
It's like,
Well,
it's like
wasn't there like
Oh.
this unbreakable stone or whatever? And
There was like a foundation below, so I couldn't go below the door.
Yeah, the foundation just like went on forever.
So do I need to turn back into a badger to cover up this hole?
I mean, I'm okay with
Maybe.
it. I can just fly.
Well, that's why I was wondering how big it was. Like, was it actually like so big that it covered the whole front of the door?
Yeah, but if we got the door open, could people just jump?
I remember it being a giant badger that Thea had turned into, and I think we said something like a 5x5 hole, which is about what this is. It's just kind of sitting in between a bunch of different squares, like right in the center of like 4, but it's still taking up only 1 square technically. So you guys would all have to hop over it, which 5 feet isn't too hard to hop over, I would imagine, or like lean over and like. So you could reach it. It'd just be precarious for those that are over 5 feet tall. For those that are under 5 feet tall, I don't think it would be doable.
Could we throw
Way to
Mime over? Like a volleyball?
They would have nowhere to stand, unless the door
Why don't
itself.
you just fly over, Squall?
Oh, I could fly over. Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
Can you
if
pick me up,
just-
Squall? How big are you?
I'm under. I think I'm under. I know I'm under 6 feet. Let me.
How much do I weigh?
Aren't you? You're small, aren't you? Aren't you like 5 foot?
Yeah, our crocus don't get very tall or very heavy. Description. I am 5 foot, like even. 5 foot even, 115 pounds.
I can't find how much I weigh.
It's under descriptions. If you're on
D&D Beyond.
I'm on
yeah,
D Beyond. Where the is that?
Why is this door the biggest challenge of our entire D&D game so
But-
far? Every
Wait,
time.
can't Well, I'll just like Flat to do last time was when Idril placed the stones down, then like we wiggled the fork and it opened.
Yeah, I can do that. That's
So if you just fly over and wiggle the fork.
Are the forks still there?
Yeah, the fork's still in the door.
Okay. But I'm just, do my bird thing.
I mean, if I feel like I have rope, so can I like throw them rope, throw it to me, and I like Indiana Jones it across?
Yeah.
There it is. My thing was locked. Yeah, I'm only 3 foot and I'm only 48 pounds.
Oh, I could you could get a running jump, I just grab you and then as a acrobatic thing, and then throw you the rest of the way, based off your
Yeah,
momentum.
we can like add rope to make this a little more. I want to say substantial, but that's not the right word.
Oh no, that's
Safe.
fine because I don't have a modifier for strength, so that might be a good idea.
Mhm.
Though I can dodge a boulder, I cannot throw a boulder.
So I'm
Oh.
assuming you go over and wiggle the fork as before, and
Yes.
in doing so, you notice the door itself is like it's clicking, like there's like it's hitting something as if before, but it's not sliding into the ceiling currently because there was only one stone. You remember there was something about being 2 stones that needed to be
Oh
dropped
yeah.
on runes that to charge.
Oh,
I don't know where the other rune was. But Idril, did you charge both stones? Back
Thought
up?
I did.
Okay.
You charged both stones, but you didn't charge both runes. This time around.
There's another rune that needs charged.
wasn't there a rune where we found the original one?
Well, there's like 3 runes. Oh, was that the rune over this way? I forget if that's the one that took the power or gave the power.
Hujil goes wandering off into the dark tunnels.
Yeah, it
Dun,
was
dun,
like
dun.
Mumbling about runes and stones.
yeah, it was like runes. What other runes? What do they do? Where was I? Where was this rune I saw before? I
heard
know it's over
called
here
cave
somewhere.
madness.
Cave madness.
The cave madness.
This literally feels like cave madness.
Stalactite.
It's funny because I know Josh can see where I'm going, and
Yeah.
it's probably
Stalactite psychosis.
probably very funny to watch.
It is pretty
I have a
entertaining.
question.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
is
so
this door?
this one is charged
And that was where
over here.
you remember charging the stones from.
Oh, because I tried charging him at this one and it didn't. Aha!
Yeah, wasn't there another
I
rune
charged
somewhere
this
over
one.
Ah, crap. Come on. So you do the same song and dance where you place the stone down and it goes back to its normal size and the rune begins to glow. Everyone else near the door hears the same from before as well.
Wait, the door's opening? Because
Nope.
I'm about to summon giant badgers.
Wall, do you
The
want to
door
try again?
again does not open yet. It just made the noise yet again that it had before.
I mean, yeah,
Give it another wiggle.
I'll give it another wiggle.
All right. As soon as you do that, it starts sliding up into the ceiling. Just.
Ooh. Oh. I'm gonna fly in. Oh. Okay. There's
And when you stand right there, as you flew across there, everyone hears a hissing curse of "fuck you," and then that same of before of the sound barrier being broke, and you see Squall, an individual, burst a light and flame, it looks like, and then disintegrate on the platform that they're standing on, and in the same instance seem to have finished casting another spell that dissipates across the room, sending dust out across it, and the root that's at the side of the room also disintegrates similar to them, and you just hear a of the flame spreading through the root system, just and it's flying across all the roots that you guys can tell off in the distance even, and there's just this bright, almost instantaneous flash too of the roots all disintegrating.
I'm gonna try and make the jump across.
yeah, you guys need to get in here.
Well,
Some shit's going down.
I'm just gonna pull out some pom-poms and cheer you guys from the...
Okay. I have a spell that I'm gonna send to the chat so that you can help me see what exactly I can do with it.
Okay.
Is that fine?
Yeah. You can send. I think you can send it to me only too.
Before I jump across, I'm gonna take these fancy boots that I have on
There you go.
that like help me with jumping. I'm gonna take them off and I'm gonna give them to Mime.
Ah. There's some thinking.
Yeah.
Can I get across, or am I gonna have to roll now?
And then I'm gonna try and jump across.
Both still have to roll a fuck it. You both can make it across.
Okay.
Oh, we don't have to roll?
Nope.
Leroy Jenkins. Thanks. Do you want your boots back?
You can hang on to them for right now.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna try and jump. But also, we can talk about that spell later, because it doesn't matter. I was gonna use it for helping Mime.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
I still didn't see anything. Did you send it in another chat somewhere?
No, my D&D Beyond isn't linked for some reason, but I can just talk to you about it later. Do I
Okay.
need to make a check to cross this chasm?
Nope, you're good. Just a hippity hop and you're good.
You can check out this table. Is this a fucking brain?
It is. Apparently being investigated as to what you can tell, but still living. And there is a fine
What?
layer of dust covering everything when you guys entered the room.
But the
Yeah, I
brain is still
basically-
alive?
Going
Wait,
to
why
tell
is there a
them-
level of dust if we saw a humanoid creature before?
When
They turned into ash.
And when they'd done that, their ash kind of blew across the room. It's presumably of some
Oh, they-
sort of spell that Squall has not told everyone, besides just them turning into ash right now. This is them.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's gonna
so-
start coughing.
Oh,
And,
so
like-
Squall made them turn into ash?
No, they were standing on this magic circle, and then the bright flash of light and the sound barrier, this big boom, and then they turned into ash.
Okay.
Speaking of ash, I saw this video today. This family's getting out of this car, and this little kid has this urn, and the mom was like, "We're getting a puppy," and this little kid's like throws the urn up into the air, and it smashes on the ground into this parking lot. And he goes, "A puppy, a puppy!" And the dad comes out. He's like, "Grandpa!"
Oh my god.
Yeah, he has like the most defeated look on his entire face. Oh, it was. Oh, that reminded me of this. So, you're welcome.
Well, yeah, that's what I was just about to say. It's like, once you say that, like, the guy caught fire and, like, his ash is what's covering the room, Zeph's just gonna start coughing and, like, wiping her tongue and being like, "It's in my mouth! It's in my mouth! The man's dust is in my mouth."
Well,
You
aren't you
can
like part
take-
air? Can't you just like have that like fall through you?
So
No,
Currently-
I'm not made of air.
currently,
Oh.
what Mime and Thea are experiencing is a fine, oily gray substance, almost black, covering everything. That's kind of masking the sense of anything below it in the entire room.
What? What?
Uh-oh.
Gray.
Yep.
Let's see what gray is.
I'll be right at the back.
It's masking. The gray doesn't say anything.
I have to scroll so far back because of all of our text to chat things.
It looks like you guys went.
So there's a gray aura.
You don't know
Like,
that
like kind of black or actually gray, like not a color.
it's gray, like not a color, but it's to the point
Yeah.
of almost blackness. Like it's a charcoal gray, if I'm being specific.
So that circle with the Satan star in it is not showing any color.
Not in the magical spectrum. It is showing a burnt-ish hue that almost looks like coals in the same place that the individual had been standing in.
Is it warm?
When you're standing next to it, does emit a small bit of warmth.
It's like
I'm gonna
it was on
walk her-
fire.
I'm gonna walk around the room with detect magic, and I see that there's blood on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Can I find out anything about that?
What you can tell about it is it does look like somebody had been standing about where you were, right where that blood has been splattered across the floor as you're investigating it, and looking heartily at it. You know, just like, oh, this is red blood. I mean, it was human at one point. The still gray aura that's masking the entire room is kind of masking anything else about what you might have seen about it magically, but it is distinguishably normal looking blood.
I'm just gonna point to it and be like, it looks like we have a problem over here. Squall, did you get a good look at the thing that disappeared in the corner of the room? Oh yeah, he went to the bathroom. Well,
There he is.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to pee and get another drink.
Is this
No.
a bookshelf?
It is a bookshelf littered with books and oddities.
Are there trinkets?
There are, most of which seem to be of
Alright, I'm gonna
of-
look at this table here.
the dead category, like
Mm.
bits of bone and teeth and femurs.
You call those trinkets?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'd. What? Okay, sure.
Can I
Femurs.
investigate the shelf I'm in front of? See if there's anything of interest.
regular perception, unless you want to describe how you're going to investigate it, like what you're looking for, anything specific. Your regular perception is that, that it's a book of shelves similar to what the people are looking at above, as I described. So what are you looking for?
Just anything like trinkets, interesting books, magic scrolls, magic, maybe even like trinkets. I also mean like magical item trinkets kind of thing.
Jesus Christ.
So in that vein of thought, one title of a book does catch your eye, where it does even have magic in the title, but it seems to be of just as most things on the shelf, of a very dark nature, like something that you would probably put, in a forbidden section in a library that's talking about the magic. The one that you see specifically, the title reads Magical Death.
I want to look at the book, but like, can I do an Arcana check to make sure there's no like curse or anything on there that's gonna like do something weird?
Sure.
All right, cool.
Ooh, that's a good one. 23. So you lean in real close to this book, and you're kind of staring it down. There's cobwebs on top of your entire bookshelf, almost looking even as if the creatures that were before you had stopped using this particular one so much. So you kind of like, you try to the cobwebs away to see if there's anything else on the title, and it says just below the spine, you can kind of glimpse some purplish letters that look like the beginning of the same thing that you'd seen on the spine of Magical Death, but it's almost glowing. Not quite though. It's opalescent, pearly. Almost looks like the inlay, the text on the front of the book that you can kind of glimpse in between the other two books.
Idril's not really paying attention, and he's like overhearing everything, like words every now and then. He's just like, "What? What's over there?"
There is this odd magical tomb that's glowing, and it says Magic Death on it. So I think I want to put it in my backpack.
Always touch things that are glowing with magic. That's what we always do.
Yes.
So as soon as you touch and or grab for the book, I would say everyone roll initiative.
Oh shit! Sorry, guys.
I'm not surprised at all.
I shouldn't be surprised. Poop. I shouldn't be surprised, but
You are.
I'm still kind of am. It's like one of those things where it's like an obvious mimic, but it and there's all this like hype.
Oh, it's a mimic?
And no, I'm just saying like it's. I thought it was like one of those. You know how like everyone's so leery about treasure chests? It's like, oh, it's a mimic. It's a mimic. So there's all this hype and anxiety, and then they finally like open it, and it's just a normal treasure chest. So you're like, and then, like, oh. So I thought this book was like, oh, it might just be normal. It's not normal, but.
That's like, oh, I think I touched a treasure chest earlier and it turned into a mimic.
You did. Were you there?
I was like, I knew something turned into a mimic. I just couldn't remember if it was a treasure chest or something else.
Wait, did my... Oh, okay, there it is. Say, oh, my initiative didn't come through.
Were you there when I asked for the initiative rolls, Mime? I thought I seen you moving around there for a sec. I couldn't tell if that was you going.
Yeah,
back.
I rolled.
Okay. I thought I seen your little person moving, and I just I know how it goes. I had to ask.
Yeah, I just wanted to. I had an idea, so I wanted to come over before whatever happens and stand closer to this pentagram on the floor. I want to do something, but I have to wait now because apparently we're going into battle. But and there's a popper.
All right.
No,
Who's a cool little puppers?
I fluffed. I just want to say while we're on this, I fluffed the love stack, and
Aww.
this is what I've been staring at for the past 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Aww.
She's all
I've-
raised up.
I've just got Kitty trying to be all up in my space.
Mine always has to be looking at me no matter what I'm
That is
doing.
beautiful.
Yeah.
He's like, "What
Yeah,
are
so-
you doing? What are
No,
you
so
doing?"
this love sack is literally right next to my computer setup. Like,
Mhm.
so when I'm sitting in my chair, Bella is like at my hand. If not, she.
Mm-hmm.
She get out of combat.
Wait, I was promised a kitty.
For me?
You missed her.
Oh.
Is
Here.
Shia alive?
I stole it. She's back.
Hell
He's like, "What are you doing to me?"
Worth it.
She has not.
She'll be all up in my face, and then she'll jump off. But then if I try to put her on my lap, she's like, "No!"
Yeah, female cats are real weird like that. But okay, sorry, Josh. Chia, what?
Oh, no
I think
worries.
that's all cats. But besides the point. Anyway, continue, Josh.
Theo was just asking about Shia, and it's a good point because I didn't say anything about what happened
She's
with.
just in a really deep sleep, and we just didn't wake her up.
For the most part, I would say pretty much.
Unless you come up with something better.
Yeah, she was supposed to be here, so I was banking on that and didn't actually try to be creative yet.
Yeah.
But it looks
Oh, we got Mephits.
looks like
Mm.
Idril, you're first, and what had
Oh,
happened basically
son of a
as
bitch.
soon as the as Squall had reached for the books, basically, that, or the book rather, I guess, that the dust around the room just started coalescing, just into these forms that are kind of impish with wings, and they're just all like,
I have a question.
yo.
Are they attached or associated with the brain on the table at all?
That you could tell, no.
Okay.
Did you roll for Gunther there too, Thea?
Yeah, Gunther had a 4.
Okay. Oh, I see it.
Ah, fuck.
Mime, Zeph, Squall, Idril. Okay. Yes, it is Idril's turn.
One, two, three, 4. Okay, 6. Okay.
And to describe a little bit, you guys are on an upper ring, probably about 5 feet above the lower portion where Squall is. Maybe, yeah, just about that. Maybe 6, but close to, in between that little range there. And when they started coalescing, actually, the one that where you were grabbing the book, Squall, he kind of seemed to come out of the bookshelf almost from the dust there. Dust in this corner, dust on this bookshelf. The larger pile of dust that had been hanging around over on the pedestal thing. Dust in this corner and dust down here.
A dusty place.
It was. No longer.
Good thing Angel doesn't have allergies.
Right?
If you did, then it would be
It's not me in there, because I'd be freaking tortured.
if it would, then you might not be first because you'd have to re-roll that initiative for a disadvantage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a good thing I'm not. If I was in the situation, it'd be very different.
So what's Idril doing then?
So he's gonna use a bonus action and cast Hunter's Mark. On this guy. That guy. Mephit 6. And then he's going to take a step back and then shoot 2 arrows at him.
Okay.
So that's the first one. That's the second one.
Both hit.
So the first one, whatever, does 6 damage, and then the second arrow, Colossal Slayer. So the second arrow would deal an extra d8.
Oh, okay. So 10 and 15 total.
Yes.
I would say that's a death kill.
Wah!
Do you want to describe it?
Woo!
I don't have any grand ideas right now. Sorry. I wasn't prepared for a death kill.
So you kind of saunter back, drawing your bow, and the 2 arrows lined up perfectly, and just straight through the chest and then through the head, and just into dust on the ground again, into a small pile there. Then it's Squall's turn if you were done with yours.
Yes, I'm done.
So being surprised that like this thing just like morphed in front of me, I'm gonna take like a flap my wings just a little bit and just move back just a little bit, and then I am going to take aim with 2 beams at Mephit, the dust guy, number 2.
Okay.
17 to hit for the first beam.
Oh, that hits.
And 25, that one hits. Alright, rolling for first damage. 11 for the first beam. And 12 for the second beam.
Roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
Snapples. Okay.
Oh, did we make one for the other one?
No, he wasn't close enough. He just stepped back into that square there, but this one's right inside of his 5-foot range still right now. Okay, so you're fine. You basically obliterate the crap out of this dust gentleman as well, and just rip him apart with your squall. And as he's disintegrating, just you're like, ew, and take a half step back as the dust kind of settles around your feet, or near your feet, I guess.
Oh yeah. Is that dare be a death kill?
Oh yeah, unless you wanted to do something different with it.
Nope, I'm okay with that. Can you just add my 8 temporary hit points, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And then that'll end my turn.
1 second. 8, 8.
Oh,
Then
sink
we're
it though.
going to this guy. Whoa, it opens a whole new tab when I do it like that. That's weird. 3. Where is he? Where's this guy? That's 5. That's 3. Okay.
That's the one next to me.
Yeah. Five, 10, 15. Looks like it hits Mime as well. Roll dex saving throws for me. Both Zeph and Mime. Okay. Okay, so yeah, he aimed at the most dexterous people in the party besides Thea. It looks like. So you see.
Ha, bitch.
You see Zeph. You see him going, and you're like, Mime, watch out! And you just like jump onto the table with the brain, and Mime, you like sidestep back, and there's just this of dust straight against the, just barely brushing the wall where you were standing next to Mime, right about here. And I think that's a saving that each turn. Okay. Then it's this guy's turn. And he is going to what does that even mean? 1d4. His summon Mephit appears in any unoccupied space. 60 feet of its summoning. Okay. 25% chance. So I guess I roll I'm just gonna roll this guy here. That's a 0. He goes pretty much like and some incomprehensible language, and claps his hands, but nothing happens.
How'd you roll a 0?
I roll percentile dice. I got a 0.
Nice.
All I had to do was get a 20, like, yeah. Anything higher than that, pretty much. And then lower, I guess. Yeah. Like a 10, maybe. Would have been nice. Anywho, then it's this guy's over here turn. This one over here. Here we are. And I'll test this action first. After him, it is you, Thea. If you guys can see the initiative still, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Casting. Okay. So you. This one over in the corner is going to side step back and just start whistling an enchanting tune. Range. Pinch of, and grabs kind of a pinch of itself and just blows it out in the same whistle, and it seems to linger in the air and kind of just sparkle across the, I think it's the whole chamber, isn't it? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Yep, pretty much the whole chamber. Sends creatures into a magical slumber. 19 is how many hit
I'm immune
points?
to that.
Cool. Ignoring unconscious creatures. Sends order. Okay.
I'm also immune.
Elves can't be put to sleep.
Spell falls unconscious. But you can wait. Each creature affected by the spell falls unconscious. Okay. Until the spell ends. The sleeper takes damage, or someone uses an action to shake or slap the sleeper awake. Subtract each creature's hit points from the total before moving on to the creature with the next lowest hit points. I don't understand this hit point thing here. Less than the remaining total for the creature to be affected. Undead and
Yeah,
creatures immune to being charmed aren't affected by this spell.
So how that spell works is any creature within like the 90-foot range, whoever has the lowest hit points is who it starts with. Because it can only affect up to 19 hit points worth of creatures. So like if you have 4 creatures and one's got like 4 for its hit points and one's got 12 and one's got a 7.
Yeah.
Then you would start with the 4 and then the creature with the 7 until you reach 19. And then after 19, no other creatures can be affected by it.
So
So we would have to see who of us has the lowest hit points.
that
Not
would,
this guy.
yeah, you
Well,
have
me and
Or
Thea would
Gunther.
be. Me and Thea
Maybe.
would be immune, so we
Right.
wouldn't be in motion.
Yeah, so Idril and Thea are not.
Oh,
I mean-
basically Zeph, Squall.
me-
Lowest hit
Me
points
may-
is probably Gunther.
That doesn't seem like it makes any sense to me. I would say everybody just roll. I don't like that one. Roll a, for those that can fall asleep, just a wisdom saving throw. Are you 23, 21, 16. Okay, so
What you get for trying to put us to sleep?
You get nothing.
Fuck
Like
you.
maybe we should go back to the other way.
well, I think I was just going to say
We are well rested, thank you.
Yeah.
I think
We are not
Back up.
tired.
I think we've got a Gunther still to roll a wisdom for me here, but I would say that both Mime and Squall, you're kind of like, huh? What's going on? And then Zeph, your eyes get a little heavy, and you start to kind of like nod and lean against the wall as your consciousness fades.
Dun,
Not today,
dun,
Jigglypuff.
dun.
Damn it!
Gunther got a natural 20. So.
Oh my god, Gunther, you get a reaction. Bite his head off.
Yes.
Bite attack. Really? Can I actually bite him?
Yeah, I want him to.
It's only 12 to hit.
That just hits.
Wow.
They're
Okay.
they're pretty weak.
So is Gunther. He got 3.
Okay. I was trying to turn on health points too here for a second, but then I got distracted by reading that freaking paragraph. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. Even after you've explained it perfectly, Gab, it does not make any sense to me. Like, why would that do that? Show health bars. Okay. So I think I did it to the wrong one. Yep, that makes sense. But while it was whistling, Gunther seemed agitated and just was like, "No!" and took a step just past you, Thea, and bit at his ankle, basically. Just not even a full step, just kind of like a lunge around you, and clipped at his ankle, not quite severing anything, but getting a little bit of a chunk out of him.
Ooh, who's a good boy?
And then it is your turn, Thea.
Okay. Bonus action, scratch Gunther's butt. And then seeing this other one explode, I'm gonna like take a step back and then cast poison spray, which at the original dust method. So he has to make a constitution saving throw.
Range is 10 feet. Is it... How did you describe this one before? Is it actually like a mist that comes out of your hand or something?
Yeah, I extend my hand, and the range is 10 feet, and a puff of noxious gas comes out of my palm.
The puff of noxious gas.
But I like to blow it, like dandelion fuzz.
Okay.
To make it pretty.
And as you blow it, presumably it kind of coalesces in your hand, and then you kind of blow it to kind of direct it in that essence too. Mm-hmm. And as it does reach the bookshelf right where the dust imp-looking creature is, it doesn't seem to... It collides with him, but it's just like through his own dust, but it connects with the bookshelf and starts to eat away at the bookshelf behind it, just with a...
So poison doesn't affect dust. What's my intelligence score? I should know that.
You can roll. You can roll an intelligence check if you want.
Nah, it's okay.
Or I guess, yeah, I guess that would be.
It's too late. I already lost it here, but okay.
Then it'd be Mime's turn if you were done with your, or, yeah.
Yep, I'm done.
Okay.
Okay, well shit. So if poison doesn't work, we're gonna hope that light damage is gonna work. So I was gonna try something with the that blue water I have, but instead I think I'm gonna use the sacred flame and burn up this dust Mephit 5.
Okay. Okay, so he's gotta do this. Dex. He did not. So, still having, kind of looking around, like, where did the, when he'd after he'd clapped his hands, your of sacred fire coming from above just lights his ass across the dusty, and gets a nice char going inside of his dusty form. And you just hear him go, "Ah!" Is that all you're doing?
Yeah.
That'd be a Zeph.
Okay. I am going to jump off of the table, kind of like landing on top of this one.
Mm-hmm.
And as I do that, I'm gonna swing down with my quarterstaff.
Not the zombie ogre dick.
No, just the quarterstaff right now.
Yeah,
I
save the
forgot
dick
to-
for later.
Yeah,
That hits.
that's a 19. Okay. That's 7, and then I'm going to spend a key point and do flurry of blows. Oh, 8 for the first one.
That's a death kill. Already.
Oh, sweet.
You want to describe it?
No, I'll let you.
So you come down as it's kind of still from Mime's radiance, and your quarterstaff donk on the top of the head, and he's already reeling, and you go for an uppercut as you come back up from your rebounding from your stance as you spring back up after landing down from the table, and it just and he turns into dust. Roll a both. I think you can't see.
Oh yeah, that's right. The
Um,
Isn't he
constitution.
already made of dust?
Mime, I think you're safe right where you are. Yeah. And
No.
you are when you hit him, you're like, ah, must have been a glass jaw, and then his dust kind of gets into your eyes, and you're like, ah, shit, fuck, and you are blinded currently. So that means you take a disadvantage, I think, too, on any
Yes. I was just reading something. I have something that lets me re-roll checks, but it's just intimidation and persuasion.
Oh, okay.
My eyes!
And there's especially now. But at least you got one. Then I think it's Gunther's turn.
Yes. Gunther is going to continue lunging at number 4 in this pile of blood over here. And so he's going to make a bite attack. And 10, I don't think that hits.
Nope.
So Gunther is being useless. Maybe he slips in the blood and misses.
Miscalculates, takes his forepaw, slides slightly forward under, just like, just slightly past him, right there.
Dang, sorry guys. Useless this turn.
He's okay.
And then the dust Mephite that is standing in front of you, Thea, it, having seen some of the other shenanigans, decides to just step forward and strike at you with its claws. 15 to hit.
That misses.
Ooh. Guys are getting too strong for these tiny creatures. So he just steps almost out of the bookshelf, and you can see his full body now, and he goes to swipe for you, but you lean back over the bit of railing that's there, and he swipes just in front of your face.
I like matrix him.
Yep.
Ooh. Cool.
Then it would be back on Idril's turn.
Just gonna step over here. He's gonna transfer the hunter's mark to this one. He's gonna shoot 2 arrows and then use his colossal slaying.
Oh, he's dead. Do you want to describe it?
Well, bam! So Idril like sidesteps, turns, quickly looses 2 arrows directly at him, just like catching him completely off guard. Basically, like, it'd be cool if they like the arrows like hit him and he like spun in a circle, like the cartoon.
And
Like they get hit and he just like spins and falls over.
and he does do that exactly like you're saying, but as soon as his body hits the floor, it's Gunther needs to roll a dex save.
Sorry, Gunther.
Or it's a constitution. I keep saying dex, don't I? But it says constitution.
Constitution. 18.
Oh, he's fine. He closes his eyes just as he's getting back up, basically, from having tripped on the blood. And the creature just at his feet, kind of helping steady himself, actually, as he's, instead of slipping on blood, it's now grainy traction getting back. Then it would be Squall's turn, if you're done with yours, Idril.
Yes, I'm done.
Alrighty. Let's see. I'm gonna can't. This guy right here, I can't see his what number he is.
3.
3. All right, I'm taking aim at him. Them. I am Eldritch Blasting both beams. Gonna roll. Wait, why isn't that? Bleh.
Is that your Eldritch Blast? Just bleh.
Well, for whatever reason, it's not rolling. To everyone. Master self, everyone. Okay. I don't.
Is it rolling in D&D Beyond? At least.
No, every time I go to roll it, it pulls up a menu. I guess I'm just gonna. I don't want to count. Like... Hang on. I'm gonna close my D&D Beyond. It's being weird. I'm gonna refresh it. It's okay. That seems.
That happened to me earlier, and then I accidentally sent something in the chat like 500 times because it eventually loaded.
Yeah.
Is that what? To do that. Is that what was going on? Because I thought you were just trying to annoy me while we were talking about bullshit for a second.
That was the detect magic. It was an accident, but it was a well-timed accident.
I'm gonna try it this way. I don't know if that's good. Wow. No. What the? No.
Do you have real dice nearby?
I don't. Let's see.
You can roll dice in an astral.
At the bottom of the chat.
Yeah, at the bottom.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's being weird. It's having me do it this way. I don't. Okay, it came up that way. So that one hits. Second one hit?
Nope.
Okay. Then I'm only going to cast one beam. $16 damage. No. It's not.
It's not. It says
So I don't have a plus. I don't have a +7 to my thing. What is? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna let's just ignore those. I don't know, because those. Okay, it's sending them as hits. Like I already hit them. These aren't even. So those rolls are all just me casting it, not. Okay, I'll try it this way. Six.
I see.
To hit
16 to hit.
that guy.
Yep.
I'm just rolling through Astro right now.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So the next beam. That's a nat 20.
Oh, that definitely hits.
So that'd be technically 27. So okay, then let me go back through here. It is 1d10 plus 4. That's 8 damage for the first beam. 16 damage total.
I would say that's a death kill.
Okay. Cool. You can describe it. And...
Yet again, with supreme excellency, just you turn around after defeating the first one and squall. Well, the new and improved squall of the squall, and the beams just and one goes through the side of his head and one goes through like right about where his hips would be, both going cleanly through. You can see through them satisfyingly to the other side before he into dust.
Very nice. Well, that's a death kill, so that's another 8. This.
And well, darn, it's back to you there, Thea, with all the other people dead. If you were done with yours, Squall.
I am done.
Okay. I'm gonna try a different element. I'm gonna extend my other hand, the one that didn't have the poison in it, and I'm gonna cast Produce Flame and try and hit him with a little fire. 13 to hit.
That hits.
And only 9 damage to the original dust. If that hits him.
Yep. Yeah, that hit is what I'd said before there. So, do you want to describe that, or do you want me to?
Well, I'm gonna send it, but I'm not sure. Does it hit any of the bookshelf, or does it solidly hit him?
You are casting it as before. You're kind of casting it in your hand, correct? Kind of how your character. So.
Yep.
I'm guessing if what you would actually do in this case too with fear of such things, you take the flame in your hand, and instead of throwing it or anything like that, you just like into the
Just stick it on him.
yeah, stick it on him, and
Hey,
the flame goes up the
I
sides
want to do it
of
on
him.
the forehead, though. Wait, I wanna
On the
do it
forehead. Okay. So you hit him in the center of the forehead, and you just have him going.
Yes.
do you mutter Simba as you do it?
Simba, except he's like screaming in pain. Yeah. In the first Harry Potter movie, doesn't it end with him like touching Voldemort with a stone and he just disintegrates on
Yeah.
his forehead?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Harry touches Quirrell, right? And Quirrell can't stand to be touched by Harry.
Yep.
But I think when you're saying Voldemort, you mean the face that's on the back of Quirrell's head.
Yes.
Which
That is what I mean. I didn't realize that
Yeah.
I was amongst
It looks extra goofy in the movies because Harry, this tiny child, is just like, bah, it's just like face palming. This it's really weird.
I'm imagining it looks just as weird when Thea does it.
Okay.
And that's my turn. That's it.
And then it would be Mime's turn.
Woo woo. All right. So what's left? I see lots of skulls, but it's still really hard to determine what's dead and what's alive.
I'm trying to ping. There it is.
What the fuck is here? Oh, it's the unnumbered one.
The OG.
Okie dokie. So. Okie dokie.
So I was palling around with my friends the other day.
We decided to use a guiding bolt to fuck up this dust monster.
That hits. And holy fuck, that's a shit ton of damage. That's a death. Do you want to describe it?
Oh, so Mime, closes their eyes and raises their head up towards the heavens and opens their eyes, and as they open their eyes, this is just like, it's not one bolt. It would be one bolt, but it forks. It starts as one bolt, and then it forks into like 7 or 8 different bolts, and it hits this dust creature at every possible, or at multiple points, like from the top down, and you can just see it. It just kind of like writhes and shudders like it's getting electrocuted from. I'm picturing a very like Mortal Kombat Raiden type deal. Where I'm looking up and then there's just like lightning coming down and that's it. Yeah. And then it ceases to exist.
Fatality.
Of the literal sense, and everyone has free movement now.
Woo woo.
Yeets, not touching that book again.
Can I see
So-
now?
Can you see now? I don't know. You have to.
Has it been a minute?
Yeah, I'd say it's been about a minute, so you're good. I'll fix your vision here for you. Because you've been blind this whole thing, pretty much, except for the. All right. There we go.
Zeph, how many fingers am I holding up?
I don't know.
You might have to refresh. I did
I
fix
can't count.
it.
Oh, that's better.
There you go.
Alright, so back to this table. Can I pick up this book that's on this table here in front of me?
We're gonna do this again.
Yes.
You have no problem picking up the book, but you don't. When you're picking it up, you are looking at the words inside of it, and you do see blood smears, kind of as if they were being, like tracing the words as they were reading it after having touched the brain that's right next to it, because it is quite fresh blood, and otherwise it is in a language you do not understand.
Can I read this? I'm just gonna hold the book, like, open and out to the room.
Is it halfling?
I don't know. I can't read it, so it's not common, draconic, or primordial.
Too bad
I got
Heron's
common and halfling. I didn't know halflings had their own language.
I'd imagine it's more of like a slang version of common than its own language.
No, I think it's completely their own language.
Really?
I'm gonna look it up.
Mime poured blue liquid on the pentagram.
Is that what happened?
Huh? That's what I wanted to do.
In doing so, the blue liquid, I'm not sure how much you're doing this with.
A tiny bit.
Okay, it's just like a, and
Just like a couple drops, yeah, because I don't want to waste it.
right, and as you do, the drops kind of, they fall through the air and strike the stone paver that's sitting slightly above the rest of the pavers around you that has the engraving on it, and it kind of lands just next to the engraving in that thing, and then it starts to slide towards the center where it's lowest, and it lands in one of the carving pieces, and it just goes into a mist after striking the actual engraving.
Is there any noticeable difference?
That portion where it struck is less warm, and it's not glowing like the rest of it is softly, almost as if embers, like Ed said.
Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is pour some of this blue liquid on the brain.
And when you do, the brain stops being alive, actually, as to what you could tell before. It seemed pretty much alive. It turns gray as the drop slides across its surface and starts to disintegrate just into dust as well.
Oh, good. It's a zombie. Okay, I'm going to pour enough blue liquid on the brain to make it go away.
Okay.
I don't like this brain.
While they're doing that, I'm going to call Gunther over. I guess we're both already near the blood, but I'm trying to get him to use his keen smell to track if there's any like scent of what caused this blood, or like, I don't know. I feel like blood doesn't just appear, like usually there's a trail or something.
When he's smelling it, you kind of get the senses that he is perceiving, pretty much like the feeling of what he's feeling, which is the smell, right? And the smell that he's picking up on, besides that of the blood, is that of a large humanoid animal. He's kind of labeled it in his mind as a two-leg because there are two distinct smelling set of prints, basically, where it was standing before there, as well as there were two others that were standing next to it, it seems. And then when the blood had spurted, the second set leads away towards the table, and the first set disappears.
In which direction?
Towards the table that Zeph and Mime are standing near.
So they both go towards the table, but one disappears.
One actually disappears completely after it had walked to that spot, but the second set goes back towards the table after having walked there.
Okay. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna say, hey Zeph and Mime, it looks like there's some kind of trail that leads to this blood spot and back from there.
I'm going to assume it probably has something to do with this brain over here.
Yep. but one set of tracks disappears.
Dun dun.
Maybe Jesus was here.
Maybe it's the person Squall saw burst into flames. Would be my guess. For the other tracks, maybe.
I mean, I assume that they killed the person that disappeared and like picked them up and carried them to the table. That's the brain, but I could be really wrong.
Where do you think their body?
I think that might be the dust. I don't know. This would have had to happen a long time ago, or some weird ass magic would have to be going.
Is there really a ladder in the middle of the room that goes up?
Yes. So like I was describing, this wall, I can kind of draw on it too to make it more clear.
It's just really tall.
Yeah, there's like a 5-foot difference from where you guys are standing to where Squall is standing, basically.
Okay. Second ladder, though. On the ground.
Oh no, that one actually is just laying on the ground. I see what you're saying. Yep.
Maybe can anybody read this book? Maybe it'll give us an idea of like what kind of magic they were doing in here or what they were doing with this brain.
Israel will check out the book, see if he can read it.
Remind me of some of the languages that are spoken by everyone.
So I can speak Common, Elvish, Orcish, and Gnomish.
Okay.
That and Dwarvish and Druid.
I know Common, Draconic, and Primordial. Like,
You at least
Sorry, I'm trying to get this thing to work. Let me look real quick.
But Zeph, you would at least recognize that it is something of an essence to primordial, but not entirely. You know, it's got some of the similar like slash looking kind of creation, maybe some of the same alphabet potentially, but nothing in a cohesive word or thought that you've ever seen.
I know Arkroka, Orion, Common, Deep Speech, and Goblin.
I typed halfling.
baby. The baby.
Du bébé foncé. Oh Lord, Jason made another one.
what?
I have no idea. Stop it. What happened?
You trying to tell me it's French? Is it that none of us speak French, that we can't read this book?
No, I actually just sent into chat a Forgotten Realms link to a halfling language that I found, and then it just started playing whatever that was. Like the French.
The baby in French?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
Beautiful.
Yeah. That was
I
weird.
didn't know that song was available in French.
I didn't either.
Yeah, it started off as that like ha
Yeah.
audio.
Oh, because of the halfling.
Halfling works. That's cool.
It's probably one of those situations too where it's going to be like a combination of letters out of the original words, like we did before with ha, where I was typing something that we were thinking it was and it wasn't. Anywho, what was the language before primordial and the second language you'd said, Squall?
Second in order I said them was Aran, Auran.
What is that? I haven't even heard of that personally.
I think it's another language for the Arcroca.
Oh.
I do believe.
The deep speak is actually, you're able to pick up some of what is being said in the book, and you can kind of understand it as almost, you see like the word sacrifice, and you see the word some of the basic, the ands, if, ands, or buts of the of that deep speak, but nothing else is quite clear. It doesn't seem to be the exact same language as that either.
Okay. I'm going to tell everyone that it's not quite deep speech, but there's a few words I recognize, like sacrifice and things of that nature.
Do I recognize any words or characters, like, just based on the script?
I would say, like we said before, where you do, but it's actually to do do with some of the longer words you actually are able to distinguish, which are something like teleportation is the most clear word that has actually any meaning besides the regular articles and things.
I'm gonna do something here.
Would me and Squall be able to sit down together and, like,
well, Squall can
decode this?
I have a spell for this situation.
Oh, okay.
That's
cool.
So,
comprehend languages.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast comprehend languages, but I have to touch the surface of the words that are written down.
So I'm assuming.
That's fine. Come touch the book.
I don't know if that. Oh, that.
You've sent it like a few times.
I got you. So, you just flap your own way up here, up into the group, I'm guessing, and Zeph's holding out the book to you, and you kind of grab it, and you get this moment of aha. This book is in some sort. It's like a mixture of deep speak and primordial. And you're able to kind of decode that it is a as you were kind of picking up on before, how, and it goes into gory detail of how you were to have a human of willing sacrifice, and you were to cut out their brain and not just mummify it but zombify it, and then you can use it as almost a translocation device to teleport yourself where you desire from that inscription that's on the floor over there. You recognize in the book as well. They used to do that exact thing, as to what you can tell. And the inscription had to be as precise as it was on the floor there, and engraved in the tears of your enemy.
Okay. Basically gonna just blah blah reiterate what you just said to the group. So now they know too.
Didn't we also see the roots die?
You did.
You think the roots and this is connected somehow?
I mean, that can't be a good sign.
I have to agree.
Do you think it's related you think we're at the base of the tree that everyone keeps talking about?
I would probably say yes. Like that's a fair point to assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe
I mean,
this
wouldn't
is...
we see tree-like things if we were?
There were roots, but they died.
In this
Yeah.
room?
Yeah, Squall saw the
When
fire.
the guy burned to ash, the roots in the room like lit up and like seemed to burn away. So, yeah.
Oh, I wonder if the tree's a person.
Ooh, that'd be horrible because they're dead now.
I mean, unless it was a horrible person / tree, you know.
I mean,
True.
Nothing in this room has screamed of, pure
Good intentions.
or good. Or, it's all pretty dark and evil and...
this could also have something to do with the origin of how everyone is getting sick.
Yeah, and becoming
Yeah.
zombified.
Something to do with the tree.
Okay, so I guess we have to figure out if the tree's still there or not. So we can't do that in this room. I don't know if there's anything more for us to do in this room.
I don't think so.
Should I dispel magic on anything while we're here?
No, hang on. Can I get that book? That it's done its thing.
I mean, it's in your hands as to what I could understand too.
No, the glowy book that summoned all the dust people.
I
You're
mean,
gonna touch it again?
I mean, when you
I would
grab,
imagine the spell on it's over.
when you had grabbed it before, it had fell to the floor, kind of as the dust mite was coming out to grab for you. You would reactively, dropped it on the floor down there. Is what I would have guessed.
Okay. Then.
And
Does
Wiping that book.
the
You-
sacrifice circle look like it's still working?
except for the part where Mimi has dropped some bits of water on it.
And can I also take the book that I read from?
Yeah.
Okay. What should I? Did that book have a particular name?
The first book was Magic Death.
Okay.
And the second book, the one that you were reading for to understand the ritual that was going on, it's which was something along the lines of, once you had translated, obviously, through the cranial translocation.
All right.
Hey, Squall.
Yeah.
You seem to be our reader. Did you notice anything about, like, them coming back to this room, the circle with the brain? Do they need a brain, or can they just come back?
I don't know if they can come back. I don't know. Can they, Josh? Can they come back?
You're still not sure. It was a little unclear to you even upon reading it. It had something to do with some sort of higher level magic that you and that the do with the sacrifice to a particular deity of some sense that you're also unfamiliar with. It's talking in almost a convoluted high. Even though you're able to understand the words, they aren't words you know.
Okay, so yeah, basically, I'm not sure. This this book's still kind of hard to read and understand everything in it, but yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna do it then. I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic on the pentagram.
Okay. As you do, presumably.
If it's
Go ahead. Sorry.
the spell, if it's 3rd level or lower, it ends. If it's 4th level or higher, they have to make some kind of check that it says in here. I don't know if that applies or not.
D10 plus the.
Did you drop it again?
No, I just changed it. It's a 3rd level.
I'm assuming some sort of. Okay. I'm just gonna roll this. Okay. And. Oh, the DC equals 10 plus. Oh, so the D. Okay, I see what I see what it's saying now. So it has to. So. When you cast it, it started to like. Almost as if electric. Around the edges of it, and the glow dissipates a little bit, but doesn't seem to stop.
That's frustrating. Okay. I just don't want that back through here. Do you guys think that's going to be a problem?
Wait, what do you think's going to be the problem?
All I see is tapping with the wrong end of a screwdriver.
Wrong end of the screwdriver?
I don't know what.
I am having technical difficulties with my vape, and Ike is trying to fix it for me.
I'm sure he knows what he's doing. I'm worried about the person who apparated out of this room coming back through the pentagram. Do you think that's a valid...
So we're not going to try to go through the pentagram?
Oh, I don't really want to, but...
Okay. I mean, we can destroy the pentagram, right? I have blue liquid. We can pour it on there and... I mean, it leads somewhere.
I'm really about pentagrams, but I mean, if everyone else does it, I will do it.
I mean, do we even know how to activate the pentagram? Does anybody have that knowledge?
Isn't that what the book was telling us how to do?
Yeah, but we can't. Well, we could read it. Just...
Sorry. I'm trying to fix her vape. Give me. So.
Squall read it out loud, didn't he?
I'm gonna take my torch and throw it on the circle. Does anything happen?
It just kind of smolders there on top of the stone.
Okay, it doesn't teleport anywhere. Probably because the...
Didn't it say something about cheers of your enemies?
Yeah.
So, I mean, even if something comes through the pentagram, if we're not here, I mean, whatever. So why don't we just, like, leave and go back outside and see if the tree is still there and see what the status is up above. And then we can always come back here if we need to and, disable things.
Burn the establishment.
Yeah.
Or douse it in this.
I'm worried about what's going on in this room, but we can check on the tree, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think at this point it might behoove us to return to the before four.
Surface?
Yeah. Surface world.
I would love to see grass again.
Yeah, I would just like daylight would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've been down here for what, like 3 days now?
Okay, I'm convinced.
So, we have a long trek back through these tunnels.
Okay.
Josh, I feel like that mouth harp is your version of Jeopardy music. Like,
Does somebody want to do it? Should we take the brain?
It's dust.
I killed the brain.
Oh.
I haven't updated that in the map. Let me find it. I can see if I can find a dust pile.
Yeah, I poured blue liquid on it until it disintegrated. I don't trust that. I'm not leaving a brain, an undead brain, sitting on the table. Doesn't sit well with me.
R.I.P. brain guy.
There's no other papers on the
There's like a couple like scribbles in blood on a stack of papers that is next to the brain, and some ink, but mostly blood. Besides the book that was already picked up. Then there's like a small little skull, like very like palm-sized skull with green glowing eyes that's sitting on a little pedestal.
Wait, what? How have we missed this? This is on the table?
It's this thing, like, right... Am I pinging yet? No, I'm still editing them.
Hold on, I just got back. Bella was crying at me.
You're alright. I could tell because of the space invadering.
Yeah. Where's...
It's directly...
Wait, it's on the table?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right next to where the book was.
Pretty much. Yep.
Oh, this thing.
Yep.
Does anybody else want to do anything with it? Because if not, I'm going to pick it up.
Well, yeah, let's take it.
You still have detect magic, and is everything still gray?
Actually, everything in the room now
Actually, that's a really good...
is currently, just... There's a lot of the black oily magic, almost, that you'd noticed from before on the roots, and including where the skull dust pile was, which is no longer, it's kind of dissipating still there. The symbol on the ground is definitely black and oily, just completely, except for where the actual engraving is, which is even in the magical spectrum a very bright orangish hue, and the books are just kind of littered with and the trinkets, as we'd called them, are just littered with this oily black magic.
I'm gonna take the blood for produce flame.
I'm sorry, I caught only portions of that. You were cutting out a little bit.
Is okay or is bad?
It's about the same.
Yeah, there's like echoing or reverb or something.
Maybe this will... I'm going to cast produce, burn the paper, and blood on them.
Okay. You're going to cast Produce Flame to burn the paper. Okay.
Yep, the blue ones, just because I don't like them.
Thank you.
Okay. They go up without a problem. Almost too quickly, actually.
Okay.
I have a question about the skull.
Yes?
So is it obvious that it's like a carnivore or an herbivore? Like, does it have an elongated nose? Does it have like a short nose?
It looks like almost like a shrunken head of a human.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
And when you had picked it up, it actually has, besides the green glowing eyes that it actually has, Thea, you would notice that it is got a light white aura to it, almost gray.
White.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? I know it's pinned in the chat, but...
Oh, you don't know. That's okay. Because you don't see the auras. Wait, no, you still do. Never mind. Divination. I forgot that you had the.
Oh, I bet I need this to go through the pentagram, but that's okay. We'll let that lie.
Wait, take it then. Take it.
That's going in my bag.
Nice. Just a travel skull.
And when you put it in your bag, you hear a light muffled.
Oh, like the skull's unhappy with being in my bag with my things?
Pretty much. As to what you would probably interpret that as.
Oh, good. Okay, I say we bust out of this popsicle stand.
I'm gonna try and fix my audio. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. That sounded better this time.
Oh. Okay.
I agree with going back out of these caves.
As do I.
As you guys come across the threshold again, she is like, "Yeah, what are you guys doing?"
Having a party.
Yeah. We killed some shit and now we're gonna go back to Tiddlywinks.
Okay. And actually, I think the vote was up. We should know whether or not it's now Tiddywinks, she says as she walks off too.
Okay.
Mime, you know of this vote too.
I was like, I don't know. Technically, we don't know.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Ooh.
I don't actually know where we're going, so I'm gonna follow someone else. 2 halves of a zombie. Should we burn this before we,
Oh, no, they're all burnt. Everything's
It's
burnt.
already...
Okay. The way out. Oh. What are you? Why are you green?
There's stone.
Following you, Zeph.
This is the entrance, right?
Oh, Josh.
Yeah.
April's gonna pick up the stones again.
I assumed as much. I'd kind of just assumed you
Okay.
picked them up.
Okay, cool.
But they do not
Just wanted
have...
to make sure.
They, like I'd said, they do not have power currently as you... After you laid them on the other runes.
Okay, so I'm actually gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna charge him up at the mushroom rune.
Okay.
So I just have some power stones in my pocket, ready to go.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Tiddlywinks to load. I guess I could start dropping people. See if you guys start seeing stuff faster than I do.
Oh, I wasn't sure. Are we gonna call it quits tonight, or are we gonna keep exploring?
I think we're gonna go check out the tree, right?
Okay.
Is that the plan?
I don't care what we do. I just wanted to check.
1,
See.
2, 3, 4, 5.
I don't know if we know. We haven't been to the tree yet.
I mean, I'm good for like
Oh, I
another
thought-
30 minutes, so we can.
Yeah, it's like a little too early, but it felt like a really good
I'm to stop.
pausing point as well. Especially with Shea not necessarily being here.
I dropped everyone, but I don't know if the map loaded for everyone else or not.
I got some greenery.
I got some map.
I think
I got
Yeah.
some greenery stuff. There's a lot of black.
What's this on the ground?
There's blood and a lot of black.
Yeah.
I think the
As
blood.
like walking out of the cave, I'm just gonna like stretch my wings like to like full fucking like width.
I'm still in the cave. Help.
All right. I thought I dropped you. I was trying to reload the map, and it's taking a second here.
Thea has a panic attack in a confined space.
It's not very confined. It's like a solid 20 feet high, even as you guys entered there. It got smaller when you guys got toward the back, but
That makes sense.
$30 out of 73 textures. 32.
I thought you were gonna say text. I was like, what?
35, 36, 37. And well, for all intents and purposes, that blood is no longer there actually that you guys were looking at. But there is a slight mound. There is a slight mound that she assures everyone Jamal's remains had been buried in, with Derek's consent, and they said a little prayer before going and entering the cave to help you.
Oh, okay. So that's what, like, this disturbed ground is?
Yeah. Yep. Ah. 47 out of 73 textures.
I'm still in the cave.
I know.
No.
Okay.
I can't do
That's
anything until the map loads. I gotta stop making these highly texturized maps. I think I figured out a trick too. Is that I can like build a map and then export it as a JPEG and then import it, and there won't be so many fucking textures for it to actually have to go through and load each one of them. But I didn't do that in this case.
It's like compressing it.
Yeah, exactly. Aha. I can see the map. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Thea, come hither. Alright. Yeah, you could have just played with Gunther.
Oh yeah, I didn't think to switch.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go. So, Mime, when you got about there and you're staring at this felled tree roots that are actually in front of you, which have been there, you remember when you'd walked in actually too, you turned back to the group to see where everybody else is and how they're coming along, and you look up above the ridge where you'd seen a giant green foliage before, and now you see nothing over the ridge.
Good.
Down south.
Nothing? Wait, tree or branch?
Nothing.
Uh-oh. Do we need to talk to ask about this tree?
Alright, we can go ask the stable man. He should be a good source, right? He's stable.
I figured somebody might have got my pun from earlier, but I had to spell it out to somebody else that I was describing the situation, which was Squall's vision. a stone, a stoner stone guy, god.
That's
Yes. Full circle. Full circle.
Paying
I was
attention.
caught up in the excitement. Appreciate it.
I guess I'll go up to Stable. Be like, up.
You're
I'm gonna talk to Stableman.
okay. What you saying?
So we were told that there was a tree on the grave of Tiddlywinks. Can you point us to that tree?
And he was sort of just talking to these people when you walked up to him, and he stops in mid conversation. Oh, it's y'all again. You bought the horses. I thought you'd be out of town right quick. Are you talking about the giant tree down south? And he steps over to the side, and he's like, oh, that's odd. It's not there.
What do you mean it's not there?
Normally there's this giant foliage treetop that you can see off into the distance, far to the south and sort of to the west.
I'm gonna look where he's. Thea knows where it is.
You're gonna look where he's pointing, you said?
Yep.
And you still see nothing but blue skies and a couple wispy clouds. Besides the cliff face that is dominating the southern portion of Tiddlywinks.
Is there anything else you could tell us about the tree? Does it have any special powers or anything that we should know about?
Well, there were individuals that would come seeking it, and I'd never found any interest in climbing the treacherous cliffs to their peaks to reach the tree myself. But they generally, if they made it back, generally were quite happy. Just, they seem to be more at peace, if you will.
Okay. So you don't believe that? Baloney?
I am not sure of this baloney you speak of, but I definitely do not believe in it.
Okay. I'd be inclined to agree with you, but if the tree just disappeared, I think there's something weird going on.
That indeed. We may have to send some of the town's gods and such to investigate, but I'd leave that to the governor and not so much to myself. I only work the stables, as you know. Stableman and all.
Yep, I hear you.
Yeah, very true.
Well, thanks for your time, Mr. Stableman.
I'm gonna go back down here towards this cliff. Does it look like it's been burned away, or just that it's just gone?
It's just in shadow. So this is a north-facing cliff, and it's just in a very deep shadow from the sun that's coming over the rise down towards you. And it is currently mid to late afternoon, actually, as you guys had exited the cave. Almost going towards evening, but not quite.
I vote we go check out where the tree used to be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was just gonna say. Does it look like it's difficult to get up to where the tree was?
From where you're standing, it's basically a sheer cliff.
This guy.
Yeah, I could also be a bird.
Yeah, so I vote the people that can fly go check it out and report back to us through the torques.
Because it's a 25-foot sheer cliff, easy. From this spot here.
What was that?
I have no idea.
I'm going to assume that was for
Cats?
Idril putting BRB.
Maybe.
Can I really do that?
Cause that's like a isn't that like commercial
Oh yeah.
sound for like sitcoms or whatever?
That's funny.
Oh yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh my.
So.
Wait.
Oh damn.
Wait. Maybe I can carry giant owl.
Do we all want to go, or do we just want to send just a couple people? Cause I can cast levitate on myself.
Josh, can I carry someone giant owl?
You would need to roll a strength check, basically.
Okay, I could try and do that. What if it's Mime and they're small?
You would have advantage.
Okay.
Wait, sorry, say that again. There were people screaming out in my hallway.
I could try and carry. If you can't get up the cliff.
Wait, the people that can fly aren't gonna go up and be like, hey, this is what we see?
No, I'm definitely down to do it.
I was just saying more than
Gotcha. I mean, if you feel confident you can carry me up, I mean, I'm all about it.
How high does this cliff seem to be?
About 25 feet.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I'll wild shape and do a giant owl.
Okay.
Guess I'm not feeling very Link-like. Scaling cliffs is not in forte. Abilities, that one.
Come on, load. There it is. I don't know why these didn't come up last session when I was looking for fucking owls.
Fucking owls.
That's illegal.
I'm gonna cast levitate on myself.
Okay.
And it says that the target can move by pushing or pulling against a fixed object or surface within reach, such as a wall, which allows it to move as if it were climbing.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna cast levitate on myself and walk up this wall.
And
There's a cliff.
I was looking. Did you roll for me a strength check, Thea?
Yeah, I will. With advantage.
Yep.
Oh, I rolled horribly. Okay. Well, I rolled a 5, so I'm probably not going to make it very far off the ground, and then I'm just going to leave her on or leave them on the ground.
Was that your first roll, or is that your second roll?
That's cool.
I rolled a 3 and a 4.
Oh dear. So, Idril, we're trying to climb this face currently, and currently Mime, Gunther, and yourself are the only ones that can't fly or levitate. But presumably.
I don't
It's
know
all
if
good.
this is going to work, but I'm gonna stand at the edge of the cliff, and I'm gonna. Oh wait, no, Squall. I gave you that wind wand, didn't I?
No, I gave it to you.
Oh, okay. I'm
You
gonna
were
take
not-
that wind wand out, and I'm gonna hold it, and I'm just gonna concentrate really, really hard. I'm gonna point it at Mime. And I'm just gonna picture Mime floating up the cliff.
You're not gonna
and
wait.
onto the top of the cliff.
You're just kind of grasping it and picturing this in your mind is what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of like flick it back and forth like a floating, like, you know, like floaty kind of motion. Wingardium Leviosa style.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Swish and flick.
And upon the flick, a gust of wind, as if it were from a very hardy storm, just races down this cliff and pushes all 3 of the individuals at the face of it back 5 feet from where they were even standing.
I'm dumb. I could have by climb, but I'm already an owl, and it's too late. So,
Sorry, guys.
I mean, it's cool. We'll
I'm
chill
just
down
gonna
here.
slowly like tuck the wand back into my bag.
I
Well,
like
Mimi, you have the shoes.
Yeah, but do they work on 25-foot cliffs?
I don't know. They make you jump super high. I don't know how high. I don't know what the limitation is.
Hey, DM.
So,
What's the limitations of my jumpy shoes?
I don't know. Why don't you jump and try to find out?
Oh, Jesus. Okay, do I have to roll something?
You're going to roll a acrobatics? Yeah.
So
17.
the owl comment earlier, Hawaii, New Mexico, West Virginia, Wyoming.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You can, in fact, with an owl. So
you get like right about here. Actually,
ignored.
just
Rightfully
jumping,
so.
just jumping pretty much straight up into the air, and land straight back down from there.
As long as I don't take any damage, it's fine.
The boots seem to alleviate the load of your own person when you're carrying it.
Well, that's good.
Can we see across this field?
Oh, I was looking down at the bottom of the... Yeah, there is a giant snake kind of just slithering
Yep.
across the field warily. It pokes its heads up and looks at you and kind of recognizes you and slithers quicker.
bum, bum, bum.
Forward or away?
As it's running away, it kind of does one of these.
I don't know if snakes can fart. I don't think snakes can fart.
Kinda.
Wouldn't they be
Yes.
able to fart?
Holy crap. It's completely
can.
possible.
Yeah. Thanks, fart. Yep. Okay. Oh.
Sonoran coral snakes that live across the southwestern United States and Mexico use their farts as a defense mechanism
They suck air into their butts.
and then push it back out to keep predators away.
I just found out the creature I want to explain to it.
It kind of sounds like a sneeze. I just listened to one. A butt sneeze.
Okay. Huh.
Isn't that what a fart is?
Yeah. But like
Oh,
way
In my
flappier.
case, it's more of a cough from a smoker that's smoked 4 packs of cigarettes a day for 40 years. So,
apparently This thing that I'm reading, it says, does it fart? Which animals fart? Which don't, and why? Apparently, zebras fart when startled.
Well, if I had a cheetah or a lion pounce on me, I feel that's a fair thing to do. So, you know.
I'm imagining it kind of like the fainting goat situation, where you just you jump at a pack of zebras and you just hear a lot of.
That would be hilarious.
Sloths do not fart.
Why?
If you're of all animals,
What animal was this?
A sloth.
A sloth. Oh.
Apparently, there's a whole book called "Does It Fart? A Definitive Field Guide to Animal Flatulence."
That
could
doesn't
you
surprise
imagine
me.
being the guy that, or the person that had to like do that for a living? Like, I'm growing up and I'm going to discover all the animals that can and cannot fart.
I'm
going
sure.
to write a book on it.
I'm sure they were quite excited about it, actually.
I'm sure it was some grad student that was about to graduate and had like no job prospects. I was like, what the hell am I gonna do? Because he has this like very specialized.
That's what I was just about to say. In the description, it says Danny Rabiotti, a PhD zoology student at the Zoological Society of London, co-authored the book.
Yeah, he had like all these strange ass, facts that he gathered, didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, it said she was studying climate change impacts of African wild dogs, and in early 2017, her brother asked her, "Do snakes fart?" and she didn't know the answer, so she set out to find it.
I'm sorry, but you're not going to pay me any amount of money to get close enough to a lion to see if it farts. That ain't happening.
All you'd have to do is get a really high resolution microphone and a high resolution camera. Good to go.
I guess that's true, yeah. I feel like anybody should have done that job. It should have been Steve Irwin. He had enough experience with animals.
So what are you three doing at the top of this cliff other than yelling down at the people, "Hey"?
There's a big snake up here. Ran away, though.
I'm almost like... Oh, this way.
You come to a base of a tree that no longer seems to exist above that base, but is astronomically large. You're looking at the side of it and you can barely see around it. It is so large. The trunk was, anyways, and all that is left is the trunk. The tops and portions of it seem to have been burned to cinders and ash, and just charred bits above.
So what's left is charred and burnt. It's not like a healthy living tree. It's been cut.
Is what I'm looking at just burning embers?
Yep.
Okay. Well, out of character, I hope that's not Yggdrasil, because then the world's kind of just...
Well, we would be dead.
Yeah, because I'm about to say the world's going to have to shit the bed on this one, because...
have to try again in the next reincarnation.
Right?
Do I see where the snake went?
No, you seen it go over south as you were kind of hovering there waiting for your compatriots. But beyond that, it seemed to have gone to that cliffside and then disappeared. That's to the south.
Mm-hmm.
You must be using like the arrow keys to move, Squall, because it looks really funny when you move. You're just like beep 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 beep.
Now, does it Can you see me moving now?
No.
Okay, so only when I put down my character does it move it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's cool.
Oh, son of a bitch, there's a path over here.
I was waiting for somebody to fucking find it.
God damn it.
Where are
I'm
you?
gonna shout for everybody down here. Be like, hey, if you follow me, you can get up here.
Where
I found a
are
path
you?
up. Just in
Which
front of the
way?
cave.
Oh, this way.
Ah, I see you.
It's a path. Hi, Liv.
You
I
don't.
should have just
no.
run off. I would have found this.
I was waiting for at least you to go run off and find it. Mime.
I know, I feel like
Usually-
Mime is always the one that just kind of wanders.
There's so much of the map to see. Ah, okay. Wait, it's glowing and it's hot.
It's a spicy tree.
It's just like the
This is
embers
spicy
and
tree.
cinders of where it had appeared to have caught fire. And just
It is thoroughly dead, though. Yeah?
completely and utterly.
Okay. Good.
If I fly over the trunk, can I see? Is it like hollow? It just like it stops, like cut down tree.
Where it goes down to the base, it continues to be a charred bit of mass all the way down to just basically where the base is, only because of it presumably had more water from it, a rain or something around those portions. It was just more wet down there, but the rest of it is just a charred mass all the way down to that trunk that you can see at the bottom, which is the bare minimum of the tree left, which even the bare minimum of the tree left is still, let's see here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, almost 70 feet across.
What is across this little river stream thing here?
Where are you looking? Oh, so when you
North.
took a hike north, the sun is about setting, or I'd say now too. You see a mountainous range off into the distance, as well as just across from you on the fast flowing river actually is a pieces of what seemed to have been a recent snowstorm coming down from the mountains, as well as a I'm trying to see what you see. Oh yeah, some sort of pathways in the mountains that you can kind of see up into them.
Interesting.
But for all intents and purposes too, the river goes on from that point and you're in a massive grassy field beyond and around this tree at the top of these cliffs.
So should we go into town and talk to the people there?
That's a good idea.
'Cause I don't think there's anything else for us to do up here. Or maybe there will be in the future. A little snack slithered off.
Think it's nice. Worked.
Oh, holy shit, I forgot about these guys.
Okay.
acolytes.
Oh yeah. So you see them around the yeah, they're not just standing. Oh shit. Fucking editing the map and start moving shit that I don't mean to. Kind of the center stone just standing 3 around it, 1 to the north, 1 to the west, 1 to the east, just kind of almost looking like they're praying towards the stone, but they stop when you come near and just pick up, like they just oh, hello, what are you, how are you guys doing?
I'm not so bad. How about yourself?
How are you now?
Yeah.
Oh, pretty shitty. The goddess has given us this task of somehow removing these stones, and we're praying to her for some guidance, and it's getting on in the evening and we haven't heard from her.
What do you mean remove?
Well, the paving stones that you see in a circle is actually, if you recognize it from the tower and her, the goddess Zenith. She had worked with Al to create a network of transportation, and one of those networks is currently blocked by this foul archways and stones that are messing up this prayer area of hers that she'd used also to help teleport people and things.
Oh, so these stones are keeping the... Okay. That's these, like, Stonehenge stones are what you're talking about. Those are the problem.
Exactly.
Have you tried hitting it really, really hard?
I can cause an earthquake. Would that help? Oh wait, I'm an owl. Never mind.
You just whoo 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 whoo. Who's your hooty friend over there?
Woo.
Nice to
That's
meet
just our owl friend.
Nice to meet you, who?
I can actually common as an owl. I just can't speak it, so this is fun for me.
Zeph's just gonna be like, Thea, remember, we can't speak animals.
Ooh. Fine, I'll unwild shape. But that's the taste of a wild shape. Okay.
I'm gonna look at you and be like, did you just boo me?
I'm gonna wiggle my eyebrows as expressively. Okay. I'll back into Thea.
I'm kind of sad that we have the rings of reasonable size, because it's always entertaining to me to imagine you wild shaping from bird to naked human.
Yeah, I'm not.